Kubernetes and CKAD tips number 17. In this, we'll talk about pods, and to check the liveness of the pod, we'll run something called liveness probes. The kubelet uses liveness probes to know when to restart a container within a pod. For example, liveness probes could catch a deadlock when an application is running but unable to make progress. Restarting a container in such state can help to make the application more available despite bugs, right? So what we will do, we'll basically create a simple container and then add some liveness probes into it. So let's see that experience over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and create a liveness pod using image busybox and then say restart never and then create a file called live2.yaml and then I just run this and say vim live2.yaml. Okay, so this you simply can see that it has got a pod and a pod contains container and then it's simple busybox container. Now what I'm additionally want to add over here is that I want to add args and then I want to add args as let's say bin sh -c and here in the container liveness I will add liveness probe. A liveness probe is part of container spec, so it will just add the liveness probe and then inside the liveness probe I will say exec and this is an array, so I will say this is basically set of commands which is an array, so I'll say that a command and then I will pass on cat and I will check the file in the same folder just now have created. So I'll say temp healthy. Okay, so that's the file I'm doing. And two more things I will do against this liveness probe is that I will say what will be the wait time. So I'll say initial delay seconds and I will pass 5. So it'll wait for 5 seconds before it checks. And then what is the period or the frequency? I want to do that. Period seconds again. This is in seconds, clearly identifiable. So let's put 5. Now what I'm basically going to do is that I have created a liveness probe, check the file which was created inside the container. If that file exists, then it is kind of not required to restart the container. And what I also would like to do is that I would like to remove this restart policy and then say go ahead and create it. So I'll say k create -f live2.yaml and then it says command has a problem because it is not commands, it is command. Okay. So let me come out of that and create this. This already exists. Okay, that's fine. So let's give a different name. So I will say 2. Okay, and then I create this live2.yaml. I changed the name of the container, but I needed to change the name of the pod. So liveness pod 2 will be created. Now if I say get liveness pod 2, it will show the liveness pod 2 is now running. It is ready. Restart is number 0. Now if I let it run for some time, right, and you will see there could be different restarts happening depending on the status of that, right? It is not yet 30 seconds old, right? As soon as it is 30 seconds old, it should have a restart coming in. However, you also can do one thing. Instead of get, you can say describe and then go inside the pod. And you can see that there are certain action happened over here, right? And if you go on a little up into this screen, right, and you will see that, let me just show you that you have a container here and you have a liveness, which basically running exec cat, and then there's a failure number 3. So this you can see over here. So let me just show you that. Um, describe pod, and you see some cannot open this, no such file or directory available, right? So it basically um, pulling up success. So you can see that it basically kickstarted, and it also says this is unhealthy, right? And as soon as it says unhealthy, it basically will take an action and restart it. You can see that number 1 restart in happened. So which means that as soon as it finds the pod unhealthy, it will restart the container unhealthy, it will restart the pod container, and it will restart the whole pod. So that's what the liveness probe really does. So it basically checks something which is related to your application and then keep working towards it. So, and I hope this kind of gives an idea about what this probe thing really works and how it works, and hope this would give some more sense when you try to explore other different kind of probe in the liveness like HTTP, etc.